What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Danny and I are in the Duramax. I feel like this is becoming a more common theme, starting the vlog in the truck. But you already know we're on our way to get something really cool. We're going to show that to you after we pick it up. It's about 2.5 hours north up in Sebring. You know, we're saving a lot of money on this particular part. It's something, you know, extremely integral into the car. Shout out to Turbo Bullet. Tons of parts come up on there. You know, really high quality stuff. Some stuff you can trust, some stuff you can't. This one seems really legit. So we're gonna go ahead and check it out when we get there.
If this is even remotely close to what it looks like in the pictures, y'all see this back seat right here? It's gonna be slightly fuller on the way back home. We'll check back in with you guys when we get there.
Alright guys, now that we are officially in the middle of nowhere, Florida, on seemingly the most boring drive ever,
he ain't even lying.
The very next clip you see is going to be showing you what we got. So we'll check back in once we got it in the truck. Alright guys, so we're on our way back to Miami now. We ended up picking up the part. It's in the back seat. This involves some changes to our previous setup, as we discussed. Obviously, we're doing the built LQ9 and the TH400 trans. However, if there's one thing you should always do, is listen to your chassis guide. So after talking with Chris about our goals and you know exactly what we intend to do with the car, he recommended we end up with a power glide. So, and not just a regular power glide. We ended up with a 169 low gear power glide. Not only that, you know, I'm always looking on Turbo Bullet, trying to see what parts are coming up. You know, it just so happened that this thing was about 2.5 hours north of us. So, grabbed the cash, jumped in the truck, and went to go get it. It's a level 5.5 power glide from FTI. It's rated at 2,200 horsepower. More trans than we're gonna need, but you know, this driveline is pretty much gonna be almost indestructible. Obviously nothing's indestructible, but it's gonna be well above the power levels that we're gonna be throwing at it. The level 5.5 has a aftermarket reed case, so it's SFI rated. A bunch of billet internal parts, the billet valve body from FTI. Like we said, it has the 169 low gear. What the 169 low gear is going to enable us to do compared to a 1.80 is leave a lot harder. You know, it's a lot more forgiving on the launch. And not only that, the ratio, like the actual drop in RPMs when you go from first to second, it's not going to be so severe. Main differences between a power glide and a TH400, first being, one's a 2-speed, one's a 3-speed. As far as street manners are concerned, a lot of people don't think you can street drive a power glide. Well, I hate to break it to you, both transmissions are a 1-to-1 final drive. They're going to drive exactly the same on the street, one less shift. Power glides are proven in the drag racing community. I mean, pretty much everybody's running either a power glide or a turbo glide, which turbo glide is just 2-speed TH400 with a custom gear set in it. So Danny's going to go ahead and give you a little preview of it back there. We'll get a better look at it once we stop, just so you can get an idea.
There she is.
So it already has the trans brake solenoid on the other side, the long fill tube. It has the expansion tank on the front end. Not only that, we ended up with a PTC converter, which is already spec'd for like an S480 single turbo on an LS. So I mean, we ended up with an absolute steal in these parts. like I said, you guys need to be paying attention to Turbo Bullet and all these, you know, Facebook Marketplace. Stuff pops up for incredible deals. I mean, obviously you need to make sure this stuff is safe and secure. But it was an absolutely smooth transaction. We're gonna get a better look at this thing once we stop. All right, guys, so after pure rainfall, the entire 2.5 hour drive from Sebring down to Miami, happy to say we made it. We're gonna go ahead and give you a closer look at the FTI stage 5.5.
Go ahead and grab the light for him.
Yep.
Bright light. There we go.
Yep. All right, so the FTI 5.5 has some upgraded billet parts in it, like the valve body and other specific things that FTI does. It actually came with a low-car long dipstick tube. It already has the trans brake on it. Like we mentioned, this is a Reed SFI case. So, you know, it is rated for pretty much anything we throw at it. It does have the overflow on the front of it as well. And you can see our PTC converter right next to it. This thing is going to be basically bulletproof on our setup. We were under the impression it was actually a stage 5 when we went to go buy it, until we saw a label on the top saying 5.5, which was, believe me, a pleasant surprise, especially at the price we got this stuff for. Honestly, I mean, it was such a great deal, you almost feel like you stole it. But, so that's going to conclude today's episode. That being said, we'll see you guys next time. So, you might have thought the video ended right there. Psych, first of all. We're back in the truck. And that means it's time to spend more money. The guy we bought the Powerglide from, this is the following week, by the way. The guy we bought the Powerglide from ended up listing a built 5.3, stock crank, Cali's rods, Wiseco pistons, trick flow TFS heads, Moroso pan, ATI damper, ARP head studs. I mean, it's set up really, really nice. It's gonna save us a lot of time, a lot of money. So we're on our way to pick that up right now and make the fantastic drive up to Sebring again. Luckily, weather is cooperating a little bit better today. So, once we get there, we're gonna pull the pan, make sure the internals are, you know, as described, and make sure the rods aren't blued from heat or anything like that. I'm pretty sure the motor is fresh, but you know, you always want to check that type of stuff out before you complete the purchase. We'll probably end up checking in with you guys as soon as we get that thing loaded back up in the truck. All right, guys, we were not kidding about being literally in the middle of nowhere, Florida. We just pulled over on a road over here after picking up the motor. So, that being said, I'd like to introduce you to the new heart of the bird. This is an iron block 5.3 stock crank, Cali's rods, Wiseco pistons. It's got an ATI super damper on it, ARP head studs, trick flow heads. Looks to be some Holley valve covers, an ICT Valley cover, TCI flex plate. So this thing does have quite a bit of parts that are worth a lot of money. We got a great deal on this thing. So with that being said,
we're gonna see how much this is gonna hold when we throw that yin yang spinny thing on there and start making some boost.
So like we said, this thing is stock crank. We're probably gonna go ahead and do a forged crank on this in the future, but as far as a first engine, this thing's gonna do absolutely great for us. So we're gonna go ahead and make that trek back to Miami now, get this thing back to the shop. We'll catch you guys next time. So the new Bullet is home. The 6 liter will be swapping places with this tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the engine stand. That way we can have it nice and organized over here. The 6 liter is going away for now, but I promise you guys we got something in the future. We're definitely gonna use that. It was too good of a buy. Maybe do a budget junkyard build, something along those lines. Especially with the price point I got that thing at. I think it was like 270 bucks for the long block. We're gonna do something with it, but for right now, the 5.3 is the new plan. An amazing deal we got on this thing. As you can tell, ARP studs everywhere. This front cover is a little oddball, but we'll fix that. Trick flow heads, Intel Cathedral ports. These heads are actually brand new. They've never ran with this set of heads on it. This bottom end had some dyno time on it, but other than that, it's never been used in the car. It did make a little bit over 1100 on 88 mil. So I mean, with the 76 mil, we're gonna be class limited to. We'll see where we get. But I think this is a great starting point for us. We save money, we save time, and you know, this project's gonna be moving a lot faster now that we got this. And like you saw earlier in the video, we got the Power Glide sitting right over there. These were actually a unit in one car. It just so happened that the motor came up for sale the week after we already picked up the Power Glide. In the background, as you probably noticed, we have the demo bird, as we've already started to paint it up. I don't know exactly what order these videos are gonna come out in, but it's already in the background, so I mean, you already saw it. We'll be doing Cletus and cars with that April 13th. Come by, check us out. We'll be at our trailer all day if you guys want to talk to us about the build or anything like that. What else, Danny?
I don't know. Let's give them a quick overview again of our trans with the converter out of it.
So it will be 5.3 iron block. Again, that is stock crank, Cali's rods, Wiseco pistons, trick flow heads. Made it up with a PTC converter that is spec'd for that build, and the FTI Power Glide.
With this nice SFI rated reed case.
Oh yeah. And I don't know if you want to show them because I'm a little bougie. And
yeah, when we picked it up, these bolts were...
It had some black oxide bolts on there that were rusted up.
Rust color, they were painted rust color.
Yeah, so went ahead and put some stainless hardware in there, just to make it look all nice. Not like anybody's really gonna see it, but it'll give me more peace of mind, I guess. I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, other than the mess we got in here.
It's a little messy right now, but we got a lot of stuff going on. So there's a ton of stuff in the works, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Other than that, we'll catch you guys next time.